Of course, there are a lot of key issues facing lawmakers on Capitol Hill right now in Washington, D.C. And joining us this morning from Washington to talk about it all is New Mexico Senator Jeff Bingaman. And good morning, Senator. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. And I have to ask you, first of all, about the President's State of the Union address last night. Did you hear from the President what you wanted to hear?
Well, I did. I thought he hit the right set of issues. He talked about the right priorities, the idea that we need to focus first and foremost on job creation and strengthening the economy and building a foundation for a stronger economy going forward. I think that's the greatest concern most Americans, most New Mexicans have today, is the economy continues to flag, and the fact that the President recognizes that and has a plan to deal with it is good news.
Well, the President is in favor of a bipartisan commission to look into how to reduce the deficit. That's something that you sponsored and was turned down in the Senate. Is this one area to help with the deficit, do you think? Or can these sides get together, I guess is what I'm saying, the Republicans and the Democrats, to help reduce it?
Well, I think setting up this commission is a good step. It's not a cure-all to our deficit problems, but it does hold out the promise that we can get bipartisan recommendations back from such a commission for the long term. This is really focused on how we reduce the growth in entitlement programs, and those are the health care programs, Medicare and Medicaid, but also, of course, Social Security. But long term, we need to be sure that those programs are solvent, and this commission could help us do that.
The President last night talked a little bit about reconciliation, admitting that he has made some mistakes. Is this the first step toward trying to get both sides together, or are there just too many differences out there to see Republicans and Democrats work together?
Well, I think the President has certainly given the invitation to Republicans to try to come work with his administration, with the Democrats, to deal with some of these major issues. I think there's been a lot of effort along those lines here in the last year, but it obviously hasn't worked as yet. We hope it does work going forward. I hope we can get started as soon as today in passing some of the legislation that's before us here in the Senate, and do it in a bipartisan way. Clearly, that's what the people of the country would like to see happen, and I don't see any reason it shouldn't happen.
In light of the vote in Massachusetts recently, a new senator there from the Republican side of the aisle, how is that going to affect health care reform? A lot of people think that is going to be a dead issue for now.
Well, I think the President made clear that he doesn't see it as a dead issue, and I do believe that the leadership here in Congress has still got avenues they can pursue to try to get forward motion on enacting significant health care reform. I hope we can do that. It would be a very good thing for New Mexico. It would help stabilize the health care coverage that people currently have, and also expand coverage to many of those who don't have coverage. I think it would also help us in the long term with the deficit, because it begins to bring down the growth and the cost of health care.
Senator Bingaman, we really appreciate you being with us this morning in Washington. I know you have to roll up your sleeve and get back to work. We really appreciate it.
Great talking to you.
Okay. Senator Jeff Bingaman with us live this morning from Washington, D.C. Another check of that forecast when we come back.